Hello there, horror fam. This is AJ Horror here to bring you my first horror movie review. Just gonna get right into it. The movie I'm doing is The Boogeyman from 2023, not the early 2000s one, because that one was a little less to be desired with. Anyways, let me jump into this. This got 60% on Rotten Tomato. It's an hour 38, so pretty good length for a horror film. Um, and it grossed 43.2 million, so pretty good. I didn't really think it got a huge theatrical release. I could be mistaken, but I didn't really see it widely in theaters. This one's directed by Rob Savage, who directed Host, the kind of a pandemic ghost film, basically done through Zoom. I thought it was a creative flick. Got 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, so not bad, not bad. And then this guy directed and did the screenwrite for A Dash Cam. And then we got the writers, Scott Beck, who did the screenwrite for A Quiet Place. And he directed and did the screenwrite for Haunt, which is a pretty good one. I mean, everybody knows Quiet Place, so I don't really need to say anything about that. And then the second writer, Brian Woods, who also did the screenwrite with Scott Beck in The Quiet Place and helped direct Haunt. So you guys got a pretty good experience. We got also the last writer, we got Mark Heyman, who did the screenwrite for Black Swan from 2010. So these guys are fairly experienced in the genre. But let me jump through the cast. We got Sophie Thatcher, who plays Sadie in this one. She was in the show Yellow Jackets and the Exorcist show. She was young Reagan, I believe, in the Exorcist show, which was pretty good. I like the first season a lot. But anyways, let's jump through this. Chris Messina is Will. He's the dad in this one. He was in the movie Devil, which I thought was a pretty good one, the one in the elevator. Then we got Vivian Lyra Blair, who's the little kid in this one, the youngest child. His name's Sawyer. It's a unique name. She was in Bird Box. I don't really remember her, but I haven't seen Bird Box in a while. So anyways, and then we got David Desmalchian. Hopefully I said that name right. I don't know why I can never say his name right. He's pretty popular. He did the Chainsaw Awards. I think he was the host. He was also, I mean, he's been in so many. He was in The Last Voyage of the Demeter that came out this year, I believe. And he was also in the show Gotham. So that's the cast and crew and everybody, or most of the people. So let me just dive into this. Basically, this one, in my opinion, this is obviously it's not factual. It's just what I got out of it. This one kind of started slow, a little bit of a slower burn. So if you want just action packed throughout, you're maybe not gonna like this one. I mean, it's a story's well done. I feel like this one hits on like trauma. I mean, as a lot of horror movies do, and it takes a familiar turn maybe. But at the same time, it has its own unique instances of kind of just how they build up the story. It's different, has a different vibe to it, in my opinion. So basically, it follows this family of three. The father and his two daughters just lost their mother in a car crash, and they're trying to deal with that. And you know, it's the perfect recipe for a something horrible to happen, right? Like a creature, or you know, the boogeyman. Wow. So yeah, it slowly develops with the boogeyman like kind of inhabiting the house and like scaring the youngest daughter. And the dad's a therapist, so he's you know thinking, okay, yeah, they're trying to cope with the loss of their mother, so they don't know how to deal with it. So basically, that's kind of the plot to it, is the family trying to get through this trauma, and this boogeyman is coming for the children. And it's basically your kind of, I don't want to say typical plot, boogeyman plot, but this one's based on a Stephen King short story, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but that's the premise from what I got. Let's see. So I guess how this develops is a guy comes to the dad's Will, the therapist dad, the house, and he seems pretty disheveled and he looks a little crazy. But the therapist dad is like, okay, I'll let you in, and then he basically tells him, oh, my daughter's died, blah 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 blah, and the therapist's like, oh shit, this is gonna be a crazy guy, and so basically therapist thinks the dude killed his daughters, so he says, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and he ends up calling, like, I don't know what, the police probably, and then the mysterious guy disappears, and the oldest daughter, whom you don't even know that the kids are there. Like, the house has kind of got a weird vibe. I don't know how to describe it. Anyways, so the daughter sees the guy, or doesn't see him, but she hears him, and then she sees under the doors like this bucket, or this paint, which looks like blood at first, and then she opens the door, and the whole room, the mother's old studio, is just trashed, and then she hears noises in the closet where the intruder, or whatever you want to call him, is, and doors gets opened, and he's hanging there dead. And basically that's how the boogeyman asserts itself in this family. And I don't want to go too deeply into it, but they have some good jump scares in this one. I really enjoyed some of the jump scares. The creature effects, fantastic. Some of the effects were just mind blowing. I was like, oh wow, this is fantastic. I like the camera work too. A lot of the camera work, they do some unique shots, and like, I thought the little daughter, she has this like light, like ball thing that it's like a moon, I think, and she like throws it to like see in the dark, which I think is cool. It's a sweet effect. But yeah, without me spoiling it, I'll say this one does really well with like the trauma in a family and dealing with loss. It's great. Not the scariest film I've seen this year, so I'd say just lower on the scare factor, more on more of a story base. Is pretty good story. The effects again were great. Camera work great. Yeah, the only negative I'd say is, yeah, it just took a while to get you sucked in. And it does eventually. Yeah, the only thing I'd say is, yeah, it's a little slow. Doesn't scare the crap out of you. If you're looking for like a terrifying movie, this one's not necessarily it. But I definitely recommend it. It's on Hulu right now. They got their Huluween, so check it out. Please subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this review, and give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. And thanks for watching my review. And this is the first of many. So you guys have a great day. Bye.